Past weather. Hi, this is Vicki Kelty with the Language Learning Report Card podcast. I teach English online, focusing on speaking. And today we're going to talk about past weather. Are you ready to get started? Then let's go. So, the last time I had really sunny, hot weather was last summer. I went to Greece with my family on vacation and it was so hot. Every day was sunny, every day was super duper hot. It was perfect for summer vacation, actually. And I also was very happy to be in Greece because I had the opportunity to go to the beach and I went swimming and it was 100% okay that it was very hot. Okay, your turn. What was your summer like last year? Was it hot or sunny or something different? Let me know. Now, this spring, I must say, it's been super rainy. We've had so much rain. And in fact, the last episode I recorded, it was raining that day while I was recording the episode. So rain has been such a big part of this spring, which I suppose is normal because they say spring is the time for rain. So, did you have a quote unquote typical spring this year? Has it been raining a lot where you are? For snow, the last really big snow we had in Spain was in January 2021. So it has been a while since we had a lot of snow. Sometimes it has snowed a little, but the last big snow was a storm, and it was the storm Filomena that gave lots of problems, and it was too much snow, I would say. It was fun to have snow because we don't normally have snow here very often, but it caused a lot of problems. So maybe only a little snow next time, please. Do you get snow where you live? When was the last big snow that you had where you are? As for wind, it's also been so windy here. I think every season has had a lot of wind this year. The fall, the winter, and the spring. We're not into summer yet. Maybe we won't have a lot of wind in summer. Knock on wood. But it's been very windy and there has been problems because of the wind also. I'm not a big fan of the wind, so I definitely have not been enjoying the windy weather. And I hope that tomorrow will not be windy. What about you? Do you like the wind? Have you been having windy weather where you live? Because this spring has been so rainy, it's also been very cloudy. Last week, when I was recording and it was raining, it was so cloudy. I miss the sun when the weather is so cloudy because it makes the sky very gray. And the winter and spring has been very gray lately. Last year, it wasn't so cloudy. For storms, I mentioned the storm Filomena that had a lot of snow, but thunderstorms with lightning and thunder, obviously, and rain, we haven't had a lot of thunderstorms, but not too long ago, there was a thunderstorm and it happened while I was walking. It wasn't expected. So I hurried home and finished exercising at home that day. Now, when I was little in Nebraska in the summer, we often had really good thunderstorms. And when I say good, I mean that they were big thunderstorms. So if you like thunderstorms, maybe you should visit Nebraska in the summer. You might have the opportunity to experience a big, strong thunderstorm. Do you like thunderstorms? When was the last big thunderstorm where you live? Okay, so now it's your turn to talk about the weather. Tell me all about what the weather was like while you listened to this episode. And what about you? How has your spring been this year? What about your winter or your fall? How have they been? Maybe you listened to this after summer. How was your summer this year? And how about last year? What was the weather like then? Before we go, do your self evaluation. How easy can you talk about past weather? Satisfactory or development needed? Use this information to decide to listen to this episode again or listen to another episode. Remember, you can find more listening practice at vickykelty.com. That's all from me. I hope that yesterday you had lovely weather and today too. Bye now.